Hi children, I am so happy to welcome you all once again to our geography class. So in the last video, we discussed about the physical features of India. Under this heading, I told you about the three important ranges of Himalayas. Under the three important ranges of Himalayas, we discussed in detail about the Himadri. There are three important parallel ranges in the Himalayas. The first one is Himadri, which is also known as Greater Himalayas. Second one, Himachal. And the third one, Shivaliks. So we have been discussing about three important parallel ranges of Himalayas. So already we have discussed about the first parallel range, Himadri. And today, let us discuss about the Himachal and Shivaliks today. Okay, let us discuss. The parallel ranges of the Himalayas. So under this heading, under the heading of the physical features of India, in the last video, we have discussed about Himadri, the first parallel range of Himalayas, Himadri. And Himadri, which is also called as the Greater Himalayas. Okay, we have discussed about it already in the last video. Himadri. Listen, my dear children, there are three important parallel ranges in the Himalayas. The first one is Himadri. Himadri, which is also called as the Greater Himalayas. So in the last video, I told you about the Himadri or the Greater Himalayas. And now today, let me tell you about the second important parallel range, that is called Himachal. Okay, and today let us discuss about the Himachal second range and the third range, parallel range of the Himalayas. The second one is Himachal, and this is also called as a Lesser Himalayas. Himachal, the second parallel range, is called Himachal, and Himachal, which is also known as Lesser Himalayas. Why they are called Lesser Himalayas? Because they are lower than the Himadri. In height, they are lower than the Himadri or Greater Himalayas. That's why these ranges are called Himachal or Lesser Himalayas. So this Lesser Himalayan range lying to the south of the Himadri. This range lying to the south of the Himadri, and which forms the most rugged system. It forms the most rugged system. The altitude varies between 3,700 meters to 4,500 meters. Listen carefully. The altitude of these Lesser Himalayas varies between 3,700 meters to 4,500 meters. And the average width of this range is 50 kilometers, my dear. So this is all about the Lesser Himalayas or Himachal. And in the picture you can see, okay, the picture of the Himachal. So these ranges are mainly composed of highly compressed altered rocks. And these Himalayas are mainly composed of highly compressed altered rocks. And mainly this varies between 3,700 meters and 4,500 meters. Okay, and they are a rugged system. They are mostly rugged system of mountain ranges. They are not so deep, but they are rugged. Okay, rugged system of mountain ranges. And this Himachal has valleys. It has beautiful valleys and wonderful hill stations. Generally, people during summer visit these valleys to beat the summer heat. Beautiful valleys are there, and beautiful picturesque, okay, sceneries we can see here. So the Himachal has beautiful valleys and hill stations, such as, for example, examples for the hill stations are Kangra and Kulu valleys. And these Kangra and Kulu valleys are present in the state of Himachal Pradesh. Where in Himachal Pradesh we can see Kangra and Kulu valleys. So dear children, in the pictures you can see how beautiful valleys they are. You see Kulu valley, right side it is Kulu and the left one Kangra. So Kangra and Kulu valleys are the wonderful or the beautiful valleys which are present in the state of Himalayas, my dear children. So Himachal has beautiful valleys and hill stations. Prominent among them are mainly Kulu and Kangra valleys. Kulu and Kangra valleys are the famous valleys in the state of Himachal Pradesh. So Himachal Pradesh come under Himachal. Okay. So this is all about the second one. And the third one, that is Shivaliks, my dear. Third one is Shivaliks. The third important parallel range of Himalayas is the Shivaliks. The first one Himadri, already Baba. Just now you have heard about the second one, that is Himachal or Lesser Himalayas. And now the third range, parallel range of Himalayas is called Shivaliks. Shivaliks are also called as Outer Himalayas. Shivaliks are also called as Outer Himalayas. So these are the outermost range of the Himalayas. The outermost range of the Himalayas is called Shivaliks. The outermost range of the Himalayas is called Shivaliks. And their width varies from 10 to 15 kilometers. And it has an altitude varying between 900 meters and 1100 meters, that is 1100 meters. Listen carefully. Their width varies from 10 to 15 kilometers and have an altitude varying between 900 meters and 1100 meters. That is Shivaliks. And this Shivalik range is prone to widespread erosion. Mostly widespread erosion is generally found here in this Shivalik. And not only that, landslides, okay, big landslides and earthquakes also are commonly occur here in this range. So here we can find widespread erosion, land erosion, and landslides and earthquakes are generally found here in this Shivalik range. And this range is composed of unconsolidated rocks. This range is composed of unconsolidated rocks. Okay. So listen, my dears, the Shivaliks are called Outer Himalayas, and of course they are at the foot of the Himalayas. Yes, we can say these Shivaliks are at the foot of the Himalayas. Okay, they are at the foot of the Himalayas. Okay, so up to from Jammu Kashmir to Arunachal Pradesh. Okay, these ranges are generally right there, and particularly at the foot of the Himalayas. Okay, Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Mizoram, Sikkim. Okay, these areas we can see the Shivaliks. Okay, so the outermost range of the Himalayas is called Shivaliks. Its width varies from 10 to 15 kilometers and have an altitude varying between 900 and 1100 meters. And this range is mainly prone to widespread erosion, landslides, and earthquakes. And this range is composed of unconsolidated rocks. And here you can see the beautiful valleys here and dunes. Beautiful dunes are here in the Shivaliks. Okay, right. And next one, the presence of dunes like Dehradun, Kotli Dune, and Patli Dune are the famous features of these Shivaliks. And in the Shivaliks, we can see beautiful dunes. What is a dune? It is a valley between the Lesser Himalayas and Shivaliks. I repeat, the valleys that lie between Lesser Himalayas and Shivaliks are called dunes. So the presence of dunes are Dehradun, Kotli Dune, Patli dunes are the famous important dunes that are laid in the Shivaliks, my dears. And here is a wonderful dune you can see here. See, Kotli dune, which is here, which is situated in Jammu Kashmir, okay, near Ladakh, in Ladakh area, where you can see Kotli dune in Jammu Kashmir, okay. And in Dehradun, Uttarakhand. In Dehradun is also a beautiful dune which is present in Uttarakhand, and Kotli dune in Jammu Kashmir. Okay, so these are the important. Okay, Dehradun, Kotli dune, and Patli dune. Patli dune. Okay, these are found in the Shivalik range. These are the beautiful dunes. So here, take a look at the picture. Okay, look at this picture. You will see beautiful dune. And now let me tell you important glaciers of the Himalayas. Some important glaciers of the Himalayas I am going to tell you. Listen, they are the Gangotri, Satopal, Bhagirathi, Chanturangi, and Pandari, etc. So these are the major sources for the genesis of the birth of important our Himalayan rivers such as Ganges, Sindhu, and Brahmaputra. So these are the Gangotri, Satopant, Bhagirathi, Chanturangi, and Pandari are the important glaciers where all the perennial rivers are generated, my dear children. So the important glaciers are Gangotri, Satopan, Bhagirathi, Chanturangi, and Pandari. So these are the important glaciers. Okay, from these glaciers only river Ganges, river Sindhu, and river Brahmaputra. These perennial rivers originate from these glaciers only, my children. So these are the important glaciers of the Himalayas. Remember once again, Gangotri, Satopan, Bhagirathi, Chanturangi, and Pandari. Okay. Now let me tell you about the important passes. And in the Himalayas, we can see important passes. Okay, the important passes that are lying in the Himalayas are in olden days. Alexander the Great, BC 321-22, long back, all these great invaders who entered India through these passes. They are very narrow way. Pass is a narrow way that lied in the Himalayas. Through these passes, the foreign invaders entered India. Okay, so important passes that are found in the Himalayas are called, are namely, I'll tell you, Karakoram, Shiplika, Nathula, and Bumidala. So these are the important passes. Okay, Karakoram, Shiplika, Nathula, and Bumidala. These are the important passes. Take a look at the picture here. Through these passes, invaders entered our country long back. Okay, these are the passes. Pass is a narrow way among the Himalayas. Okay, it is a narrow way, very narrow way. Through these passes only, with a great difficulty, all the invaders entered India. Okay, these are the important passes. And now let me tell you important peaks or the highest peaks of the Himalayas. We know very well which is the highest peak in the Himalayas. That is Mount Everest. Okay, Mount Everest is the highest peak. Of course, it is not in India, but it goes to Nepal. Okay, it is situated in Nepal. Presently, it is situated in Nepal, Mount Everest. And second most important highest peak of the Himalayas in the world is K2. That is Godwin. K2 peak is also K2 mountain, which is also known as Godwin, and this K2 mountain is situated in our country. Okay, it is the K2 mountain peak is the second highest peak in the world. First one is Mount Everest. It is in Nepal, and second highest peak that is K2, which is also known as Godwin. Okay, yes, since it was found by Godwin, it was called as Godwin. Okay, and generally it is called Mount K2. So Mount K2 is the second highest peak in the Himalayas, and this K2 peak lies in India. Okay, it comes to, okay, yes, it is situated in India. And thirdly, Kanchenjunga or Kanchenjunga, it is situated in the state of Sikkim. It is Kanchenjunga is situated in the state of Sikkim. Next, Nanga Parbat in Jammu Kashmir and Nanda Devi in Uttarakhand are also other important mountain peaks which are situated in the Himalayas, my dear. So all these are the highest peaks of the Himalayas. First one, Mount Everest, Nepal. K2, second largest or second highest peak is K2 mountain in India. And Kanchenjunga in our country, Sikkim state, it is situated in Sikkim state. And Nanga Parbat is in Jammu Kashmir. And Nanda Devi, another important highest peak, that is situated in Uttarakhand. So these are the highest peaks of the Himalayas, my dear. They are, I repeat, Mount Everest, K2, Kanchenjunga, Nanga Parbat, and Nanda Devi. So these are the highest peaks of the Himalayas, my dear. So my dear children, we are discussing about the physical features of India. Under these physical features, we have just learnt about three parallel ranges of the Himalayas. The first one is already you have learnt in the last video, Himadri, the greater Himalayas. Second one, that is the lesser Himalayas, which is also called as Himachal. The third one is Shivaliks, outer Himalayas, and important highest peaks and important passes you have learnt in this video, my dear children. And in the next video, okay, of course it might be the last video. I think from Monday onwards we will have, okay, already sir will announce it officially. It will be announced by our director, sir. They are proposing to conduct doubt clarifying sessions, of course. Sir will announce it officially, okay. Or if time permits, in the next video I shall continue the lesson, the same title, that is physical features of India. Okay, in the next video I shall continue the same lesson, my dear children. Thank you very much for viewing this video. Thank you, my dear children.